to everyone here. First of all, I've got to say a few words of thanks to a lot of people. Oliver Locke, our athletic director here, and really all the staff associated with the athletic department. We wouldn't be able to do it without them. And then a huge thanks to all our sort of immediate staff with the rifle team. Justin Pence, my GA, Raymond Pryor, our sports performance consultant, and also we have Jerry in strength and conditioning, Chris in athletic training, and also Jessica in our academic study center. So those guys really are the core of our group and really help us to be able to do everything. I've also got to thank the team for being an awesome team this year. They've put in so much hard work, and they really deserve this. The hard work's been in the classroom as well as the range. And also, a huge thanks to all their parents as well. Their parents give us huge amount of support, and we really appreciate that. And lastly, a huge thank you to all our fans and supporters, and we have some back here. Without all the support, both financially and just general support, we wouldn't be here either. So it's been an amazing year. We've really enjoyed it. And yeah, just a great thank you to all those people. Another thing that I want to do while I'm up here before I start answering questions, we had our All-American banquet on Saturday night in Columbus, and we had a number of All-American awards, which was really special and great to see. We did, however, have one team member that couldn't make the trip this year, and that was Daniel over here. So I'd like Daniel to come up, and I'd like to present him with his All-American Awards for second team small board. So it's Daniel's first All-American Award. Well done, sir. Certificate. So he receives a certificate, a badge, and also a silver bullet pin for small ball All-American. So good job. Really, I think I just opened it up for questions. In summary, we've had a fantastic year. I think the team's really been amazing. To set a national record of 47.20 was incredible. I think we set a national record in air rifle and a tied national record in small bore. Petra's set some individual school records. So, it's really been a record-setting year, and I think to finish it off this way, winning the championship was really the only way we could finish it off. But we're delighted to have done so, and hopefully we can answer some questions for today.
John, I know each national championship is different team members, different dynamic involved. When you think back on this particular team, what is going to stand out most about this one?
Well, that's a good question. I think maybe what will stand out most is just the great balance that we've had in the team. Like, we've had a fantastic atmosphere. We've really, like I said, balance is the best word. We've had a bit of everything. We've had, the teams got along well together. We've had a great atmosphere, but we've had a hard-working team, a motivated team, and also an incredibly talented team. So, I think I'll remember this as definitely one of the best teams we've had. To set national records, you obviously have to do so, and just really everything kind of fell together for us to be able to win the championship at the end. So I think I'll remember it for just having maybe a little bit of everything.
It seems like obviously the skills are there, but the mental aspect of rifle, I know, is often overlooked by people, but it seems like this team is really bought in with that as far as just concentrating on themselves, not being concerned with a Kentucky or TCU.
Sure.
Has that been something that's been really special?
Yeah, and it's really hard to do that. I think that the team members would attest to that. It's hard to keep the focus on just yourselves and what you're doing, and rifle's a sort of numerical sport, so it's, and these guys are probably, they're like that as well. So it's hard to not look at numbers and compare yourself and look at other teams, and there's so many other distractions. So yeah, I think this team has done the best job of any team that we've had of really just trying to focus on ourselves, especially in the last couple months. Really just keep that self-focus, and it's something that we've worked really hard to do, and try and carry that through the whole year.
Did you like where they were mentally after the first day? I think you're in third place, but like one shot out or something.
Yeah, I don't know if we liked where we were score-wise, but yeah, we were, you know, we were in a good frame of mind. I mean, we were definitely disappointed, I think, but none of them, you know, they all got over it pretty quickly and got refocused, and I think we're all motivated and ready to go out and do well the next day. So, yeah, I think we were, you know, we had a good atmosphere that evening, and we're ready to reset and go out and do our best the next day.
At what point Saturday did you know that you had it, or was it not until after all the shooting was
Oh, I mean, you know, you got to wait till it gets down pretty near to the end. I mean, I think as we were maybe finishing up, I mean, me personally, they may all have different ideas. I mean, probably when Petra was getting into her last 20, 30 shots, I felt pretty good. But I mean, up until then, you know, you don't know what the other teams are going to do. I mean, the other teams, at least 3 other teams had 2 shooters going into the last relay that were all capable of shooting really high scores, and they just didn't manage to do so. So, you know, and really until that last shot is down the line and everything's safe, you know, you just never know. So, I think some of these guys maybe got a little taste of what myself and the staff and the fans go through having to watch on the last relay, and you know, we definitely we're pretty nervous, but it was you know, that's what makes our sport exciting. You know, for people to, you know, question whether rifle can be a spectator sport or be exciting. I can certainly tell you that it was pretty exciting watching it all weekend. So yeah, it went down, you know, pretty close to the end.
been part of the titles before. What was it like for you watching these kids experience this for the first time?
Yeah, it's been great. You know, it's hopefully a growing experience and a learning experience for all of them. I think their demeanor and attitude this year has been really fantastic, and really carried that through to the matches. I think all of the ones that were here last year, you know, we've got a big sophomore class. I think they've really gained some experience, and you know, they've all grown as individuals and improved as shooters as well. So it's been really good to watch all of them this year.
Obviously, there's been some great shooters come through this program, and what Petra did over the weekend, something that hasn't been done in 12 years,
Yeah.
I think. Can you just comment a little bit on the performance that she put on?
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible performance. I mean, we were all, you know, to win 2 championships is awesome. Like you said, it's something that's not been done for 12 years, and not only that, the last guy to do it is Matt Emmons, and you know, certainly these guys and all of us in the shooting community know what an incredible shooter he was. So, you know, it's just, you know, it can be a few points either way, and it's, you know, there's no guarantees, but, you know, Petra's had a fantastic year, and, you know, it's definitely a huge accomplishment to win both championships.
You compare this one to the 09 one. How do they compare?
It's definitely different. I mean, first of all, none of these guys were here, so very different for me, different atmosphere. I think this one is maybe more satisfying from, you know, we've been in a position to do this for a few years, and I think I've come to learn that it's just very, very difficult to win a championship. It doesn't matter how good you are, what your ranking is, what scores you shoot. Going into that weekend and being, you know, performing all year, it's difficult to do. So I think the first time around in 2009, it almost took us all a little bit by surprise. You know, we weren't the #1 ranked team. We didn't have a very good first day, and it was all sort of a bit of a surprise. And I think I've certainly learned how hard you have to work and all the things that have to go in to really put yourself in that position. So I think this one's more satisfying. I think we have a better team than we did 4 years ago, definitely. And they definitely went out and earned this one.
Did you have to suppress your excitement when you saw those scores coming in, and you know you had still had kids that were shooting, and they had to stay focused on the task?
I mean, absolutely, and that's something that, you know, not just myself, but the guys that shoot on the first relays, that's part of them, you know, being a sort of supportive and good team member. It's absolutely, you got to kind of hide your emotions and feelings, and just stay focused. You know, stay focused on the, you know, the guys that are shooting next, or from the first day to the second day, and yeah, it's challenging, definitely.
John, I'm sure you've gotten a lot of reaction, phone, email, text.
Sure.
Any couple maybe you could share that stand out?
You know, definitely a few good old alumni emails that have been good. You know, I don't think there's any that really stand out. There's always a few funny comments on Facebook or Twitter. I think the one maybe the most sincere and nicest comment that I had at NCAA is actually one of the TCU's girls' father came up to me and he said, you know, congratulations, you guys deserve it. And he said the best team won. You guys were the best team all year, and you fully deserved it. And that's coming from an opposition's parent. You know, that's very meaningful. And he's actually a long-time shooter as well, and possibly an international shooter back in his day. So that was definitely very meaningful. But no, I think there's been so many. There's nothing really that jumps out at me right now.
You guys, between the 09 one, this one now, and you guys are always pretty highly ranked. Just talk about the respect this program has. Everywhere you guys go, you're always the hunted, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it's great to be part of that. I think it is a very nationally renowned program. It definitely assists me in recruiting, and I think it's special for these guys to be a part of it. Yeah, you know, it's you know, hopefully it's something I think that the university and the whole state takes a lot of pride in, and you know, absolutely something that these guys are recognized. And if you're on any rifle range, certainly in this country, but now maybe internationally as well, you know, people recognize West Virginia and the WV, and yeah, it's really, you know, it's an honor for me to be a part of that.
When you were preparing for this, was there a score in the back of your mind you thought you had to shoot to win it, and did you hit what you guys expected?
You know, I sort of learned to expect the unexpected at NCAAs. I mean, I think we all, you know, thought we would probably shoot a lot higher than we did. I mean, I thought, you know, probably going in and shooting over 4,700 would be pretty hard for the other teams to beat. But, you know, we really try our best to not think about the numbers, and yeah, I tell these guys not to, so, you know, I have to try not to too much myself. But I would say the score was definitely lower than we expected. You know, I think we were, you know, maybe disappointed in our overall team score. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's what was needed, so we're, you know, delighted with that. And surprisingly, I read afterwards too, it's still the second highest winning score at the NCAA championship. So it goes to show how hard a match that is to shoot, and how the scores aren't always going to reflect season averages and things like that. So I think fortunately we were able to shoot such high scores, and we set the bar so high this season that, you know, we gave ourselves some room at championships, and, you know, it was enough this weekend.
The fact that you've got so many kids that shoot internationally and competitions similar to that, does that help getting an atmosphere like this?
Yeah, I think so, because you know, they possibly have experience of all kinds of different environments and atmospheres, and certainly bigger matches such as European Championships and international matches haven't sort of feel like that. So I think that definitely helps. There's not very many matches in the U.S. that have that big feeling, and even when they do, there's very few that, or I don't think there's really any that have the team aspect like that. Whereas certainly some of the international kids come in, and there's, you know, there's more team matches maybe internationally that they have experience with. So I think that definitely helps, and it's, you know, I think we certainly had some last year that got that experience, and hopefully that helps them going forward as well.
Sort of along the lines of what you were saying earlier, you won the first title so quickly in your career and sort of came as a surprise. Do you have a different appreciation now of what it takes to build and maintain a program at this level?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I certainly after that championship, we had Nico coming into the program and had a lot of young kids and a great team, and, you know, I think maybe myself or supporters or others were like, oh, we're just going to win some national championships. It's going to be easy, and it's yeah, I've definitely learned it's really difficult. You know, there's no guarantees. It's a long year, and it's a really hard match to go and compete. So you know, I definitely have a greater appreciation. I think we tried this year to really be as prepared as we possibly could be. You know, really think of the small details, do a lot of hard work on the mental preparation to try and get that. But I definitely have probably, you know, like you said, a much bigger appreciation of just you know, the scale of it and what it means, and how hard it is to do.
You got 15 of those. You got room in your trophy case for all of them?
We might need a bigger one. We'll see. Maybe Oliver can hook that up.
I'm gonna